in partnership with Guitar Streaming 352. You are watching Artist Talk with your host, The Dreamer. And on today's episode of Artist Talk, I am proud to sit down and have an awesome chat with Mr. Chad Boston. And today, folks, we're going to be talking about Mr. Boston's new blues band. We're going to be talking about music. We're going to be talking about music companies. And we're going to be talking about life in general. I will be right back with Mr. Boston. Hi, good morning, sir. We're live. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Will, aka The Dreamer, Guitar Streaming 352, coming at you live, coming at you. And today, I have the utmost pleasure and the utmost honor to talk to Mr. Chad Boston. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Bit early, but I'm usually doing the later night chats, but it's fine. I get up at 3 usually anyway, so.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here today. And I see, actually this morning, and I see that we already have somebody. Hey, well, what do you know? We have Chad Boston. All right. All right. Wonderful. So tell me, sir, let's just dive right into it. What is your inspiration behind getting involved with the Chad Boston Blues Band? Tell me about your band, sir.
Well, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and part of the was received at this year's NAMM by some close friends. Shout out to my friend JB Echo down in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
We had, it's kind of hard to do this at NAMM, but we sat probably for an hour, got to talk for an hour and talked about some various things. And, he encouraged me, and I left encouraged. I have a horrible stage fright. So one way to that I, it's funny, as I have a YouTube channel and I have no problem getting on YouTube videos and doing my thing, but it seems like when you go and get in front of people, although I've been giving public talks now for about 32 years, playing guitar in front of people is scary. So, but I've got friends, and I've got a lot of encouragement, and a lot of our musicians that are on the friends and Facebook. I'm planning to get it all going, and I'm in the middle of working on my first song, which is the title of the new album that will come out. It's about 6 months away, but
wonderful.
I figure I'd commit now to doing something. So there I am.
That's beautiful. I understand you know, I, there's been times when I kind of froze. Um, it's, I know that I've been around music and artists and really it's from what I'm told, you know, I it's it's like you're standing, stare at the back of the room and picture the back of the room in your mind, you know, and focus on that. Once you master that, like right now, we're talking. I have a webcam that's over here to my right, and that's why it looks like I'm not looking right at you, when in all reality, I am. And that's the kind of, I take my eyes off the computer screen and I look into the webcam.
Yeah.
And I kind of equate that. Same thing with playing live. You know, in the back of your mind that people are looking at you, but sometimes it's a lot easier to adjust to that by starting with your eyes towards the back of the room or the back,
Yeah.
that type of thing. And everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I just found that's what helped me.
Well, so for me, it really comes down to this. Um, Honestly, like in a live situation, it just doesn't matter. Music is subjective anyway. What may sound good to me, what may sound good to somebody else, it really doesn't matter. And frankly, when you're playing in front of people and it's reasonably good music, they'll enjoy it. So it just doesn't matter. So I'm getting past that. The thing is with everything that I do, I work with Line 6 quite a bit. I've got the one of the largest, friendliest official Facebook groups out there, which is the Line 6 Helix Facebook group, and it is probably in the links of the description.
Yes.
We have getting close to 27,000 members,
Yeah.
and I'd like to thank the folks at Line 6 for enabling me to get down to NAMM and taking care of me while I'm down there. They're truly fantastic company, and I am proud to have my name associated with a company like that. They are hands down one of the best at customer care that I've ever seen. They're infiltrated throughout the entire group. Frank is a customer service. Frank Rashad of Line 6 is a customer service extraordinaire. And, I consider him a close friend, and that also of the CEO, Joe Bentavegna. Uh, I
That's
can't, I,
wonderful.
I can't thank them. I can't thank them enough for everything. And then some other companies that I work with, Mission Engineering, Paul Shedden. I use their stuff. I love their stuff. It's fantastic. And then I'm also working with Singular Sound. I'll be having. I'm setting up some of their stuff. It's not finished yet. It's some new stuff. It's out there. It works in its own right, but they're working on an application for their MIDI controller, and that's going to be out soon. So they have a MIDI controller, they have a looper, Eros looper, and the Beat Buddy. Just tremendous sound qualities, and they've done quite a bit. They also have a cable organizer, the Cably, and I've got those, and they're really great. They compact your cables. But so I'm working with Singular Sound. Really recommend their products. When they get everything dialed in, they should be fantastic. Probably one of the best loopers that I've used. They're working on firmware upgrades all the time, so I have good faith in them. And then we also work with the Morningstar Engineering. They've got great MIDI controllers. James Toe, CEO of hey Cutter.
Hi, Cutter.
James Toe of Morningstar. He really is great. And then Federico with Sim One. They have these guitar modelers, and you put your guitar in, you record your guitar pickups and your guitar into it, and then you can press a button, and basically if you've got, if you're playing on a Strat, you record your pickups into it, and then you choose a different model like a 335 or a Les Paul, and your Strat will sound like Les Paul. So that's the Sim One XT1, and they've come a long ways from when they started, and they've got a new editor to make things a lot easier. It's just a phenomenal product. So, those are the things that we've looked at now. At NAMM, the showstopper that has come out, and I played it. I enjoyed it. It's gonna be good. I don't, for me, I've tried all the modelers. I've tried all of the Axe FX, Headrush, Boss, you name it. I've had it. I've worked with it, and for my workflow, for what I do, the Line 6 Helix for me is what I prefer. Now, there's some encouraging, the neural quad cortex. I got to play it at NAMM, and I think it's going to be an equally phenomenal unit. Now, will I switch over? Probably never going to leave. Hold on a second. Hold on.
That's okay. So, everybody, my guest will return shortly. I just want to say, for those that don't know who I am, my name is Will, Guitar Streaming 352. This is my show, Artist Talk. You can find me and like me on Facebook. Please check out my Facebook pages. Links are down in the description box below. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, where I'll be posting 2 more new pictures today. And most of all, you can find my support link down in the description box below. As the scrolling text has already said, my support link is very important. I am really trying to grow my channel right now, and I appreciate the support. I appreciate the kindness. I've already had guitar picks. A good friend of mine, Mark Taylor, sent me his signature pick, and I love it. I use it every day. I have gotten a couple other things in the mail from Boss, and I will be forever grateful for them. From Rock and Roll Relics up in San Francisco, which I'm a big supporter of, Billy Rowe and Rock and Roll Relic guitars. I'm really trying to grow my channel. I have met some wonderful people doing my show, and I'm looking for supporters. If there's any companies that would like to take a chance on me, my information's down the description box below. And I see that our guest is back. Please don't forget, and this is very important, don't forget to like and to share this stream right here and everything that Mr. Boston is doing. Check out all his Facebook groups. Check out all my links. And this is very, very important. And please consider subscribing. Now, back to Mr. Boston. I thank you, sir. I just needed to get that out.
No worries. No worries. So at NAMM, another big thing, you know, because like I was saying about the Helix, it's just my preferred way. Now, I believe that you can, you know, there's really no reason in my book that anybody needs to be Territorial or Chevy Ford or, you know, Axifex, Helix. They all play together. They all work. The modelers are getting so good. But Line 6 also at NAMM released the Pod Go. Pod Go is going to be one of those entry-level devices that to the Helix. It's going to be $449 street price. That is basically like a you know, they have the Stomp, HX Stomp, which is a smaller modeler with 3 buttons. This, I believe, has 8 buttons. So and an expression pedal. It's going to be a little bit limited. It's going to be missing 2 drives and maybe a reverb. I think it was a reverb. Other than that, it has all the modeling of the Helix. So tones are going to be what you expect of the Helix. So for $449, you get yourself a travel kit that you can gig with, and probably, honestly, is what I'll use for the blues band when I do get out there, because it'll be just perfect enough. So, but right now I'm working on putting a board together that has the looper, it has the Beat Buddy, and it's going to be kind of a satellite board that I plug into. I can plug into my Helix floor. I could plug into the rack. I could plug it into. Wonderful. I could plug it into the Stomp, and then you have your you know, you can use your looper and MIDI and all that. So that'll be kind of a fun thing. It'll be on my channel. But you know, working and going to NAMM is an outrageous. It's an outrageous experience. This was my 4th year going to NAMM, and I thank Line 6 for. Hey, Steve. Hey, how you doing, man? Steve Sterlacci. I got to hang with Steve, and it was a tremendous experience to get to know Steve while I was down there. We probably hung out for like 2.5 hours while we were waiting at NAMM.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Steve is I really like Steve, and I like it. He's got him and his wife. They have a country band, and uh, 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 man, I'm having a my brain. Anyway, it's early, but it's good to see Steve here. And but if you check him and his band, put your band name, Steve. But yeah, check him out. Guy can play crazy good. His wife sings super fantastic, and just good people. So uh, any rate, so talking a little bit about schedule, and he's actually another reason why I decided to launch into my blues band. So you just meet so many wonderful people at NAMM. It's really inspiring. Now, it's not like I don't have a lot to do. So as I think I mentioned to you off, I may have mentioned it during the stream. I don't know. I I go I go to bed probably 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I wake up about 3 or 4 in the morning. I get my day started. I run for the Helix and modelers. I got screen guards and skins. Um, these little um, jack nuts that go on the back to color code your modeler or your pretty much anything you're trying to put together for a modeler board. And then I've got like I say, skins and protectors and sun shields and stuff for the head rush, axe effects, you name it. It's at gearbyseba.com. Links are in the description for that. But so I get up and I process orders. I have I've been doing computer repair for the last 35 years or so.
Now,
And yeah,
I'm sorry, sir.
it's okay.
You said something that kind of hit a note with me. You do repairs?
Computer repair, computer. I've got clients. I got clients in the Portland area, and I've got clients in Ecuador. Like I say, some of my clients are 15 to 18 years. I've been taking care of them. But then I also do web design, social marketing. Running the Facebook groups, and I've been, I think, about like I say, about 200 Facebook groups now. But we run, and if you were to total up the people that are in the groups that we run, it's probably about 40,000. There may be some overlap, but we're looking at about 40,000 users that we try and facilitate. And then I also do work out in the shop down here, not related to music gear. And then we've got a laser that's going in. Well, it's been supposed to be going in for a while, but it's almost up and fully operational. And I'll be running the laser out there. I also have my photography business, and it's chadbostonphotography.com. I'm also going to be getting a drone for doing drone shots for my clients, my web clients. So I have to get a Part 107 license from the FAA to be able to do drone commercially. And on top of that, on top of that, and on top of that, I'm trying to take care of a family of 4, and just be the best person I can be, and I'll do it with a smile on my face. I mean, it is what it is. I've been working since I was 16 years old.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I've been self-employed the entire time. I will probably work until I'm 100, if I make it to 100. Um, it is my life, but you get up and then you go to bed and you wake up and do it all over again.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, I find that very admirable that you're able to balance all your Facebook groups. And do you have anybody assisting you?
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be anything without we have all of the original. We put quotes around that original. All of our groups that we're doing on Facebook, if you put in the word original, you'll see a list of groups. I don't know. I think if I can do that right here. Let's see. Original and then groups. And we've got a good majority of these groups. Somebody took our original. Hang on. That's okay. It's okay. They can take it. It's fine. But it's funny. Let's see. Kemper Killer comes along in this analog. Let's see who's in it. Members. Oh, okay. No, it is our group. Chris Saraga. So my number 2, Chris group. I'll have to send him a message, put me on as admin. So we use the word original, and so if you type in original and you look through and you find modeler groups and it's got the word original, it's our group. But we have we're trying to make the moderators. We have like if I go to the Facebook group, the Helix one. We have like 20 moderators. They are just phenomenal. They get it, and we base all of our groups on the fact that you need to be excellent. Hey DJ, how's it going? We need to be excellent to each other. Part of the reason why we started the Facebook group in the first place, of which Line 6 has honored us for 3 years in a row at NAMM during their customer appreciation night, Chris and I. Yeah. And last year they dubbed Chris and I the founding fathers, Chris Saraga. So we spend a lot of time at NAMM. He's like a brother, like a physical brother to me.
That's
and
wonderful.
It's been truly an amazing ride. But the reason why we created these groups is because we were in so many elitist kind of forums where you ask a simple question and you get treated like you're the third world plague or something. And how dare you not know? Don't you read the manual? Come on, man, read the manual. That's a dumb question. Well, no, we treat people that have from every avenue of level of knowledge, from the absolute beginner who doesn't know anything to the experts. And we're at 27. We'll be at 27,000 soon. Last year at NAMM, we were at 18,000, and it's just a steady line going up. And what used to be a lot harder is to train people to be kind, because they're so used to
Hi, DJ.
they're so used to treating people. Oh, hey, Paul Shedden. Yeah, Paul Shedden, Mission Engineering is in the group. Yeah, well, you know what, I treat Paul. This is a nice thing to say about Chris, and even nicer thing to feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he's just absolutely top notch. And but that's the way I feel with everybody I deal with, like dealing with Paul Shedden of Mission. I love the man. He's a tremendous friend, and I was able to sneak back during NAMM and sneak back into the booth, and with last year I used a cart because I was close to 400 pounds, and I'm down about 50 pounds, and this year I didn't use a cart, but I got to sneak back into his booth and have a seat for a few minutes, rest up. It was it's truly nice. So, we've got a great community that we build, and we build this community based on helping everyone, trying to help everyone. And when the group was around 3,000, 4,000, it was a lot of training to help people to be kind, to be nice, to answer questions, even if they've answered that same question. Because Facebook search is horrible. So you could try and search for something. I mean, I searched for my own name, and I know I just made a post, and I can go in and look, and it won't show me my latest post. And I'll even say most recent. So the search function in Facebook is horrible. So say somebody asks about FRFR for the 1500th time. Mm-hmm. Answer the question. It's easier to answer the question than be snarky and rude.
Exactly.
And it's in 27 with 27 almost 27,000 people, some snarkiness and rudeness can come to the fore, but generally speaking, we spend a lot of time training a lot of the just the members to expect better, that they actually, it's sort of self-moderates at times. Users who are not moderators will come by and say, well, you probably could say that in a nicer way, or and so instead of lashing back, they try and look for the best. It's hard to, when you're typing text, it's hard to get the flair and the meaning that you probably maybe didn't intend. And also look at people when the answer is the look at them like they didn't intend on anything bad. Don't put any motive into their text. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Paul. but what does FRFR mean, Paul? So yeah. So providing this place where people can feel safe to answer the questions, that was very important to us, and we have turned this into a very good avenue for good discussions, and also oh yeah, thank you, Cutter. Yeah, well, that's just the way it should be. Why should it be so, like, we have a fractal original group, and listen, I've done a compare video on the fractal, the head rush, the HD 500, and the Helix, and they're all good units. They all sound good. But if you go ask a question in the Fractal forum or in the Fractal groups, you will get a lot of elitist attitude, and you'll feel like, man, why did I feel dumb. And the question, listen, here's the other thing. In a lot of places, you are censured if you talk off topic. In our groups, off topic is okay. I mean, as long as you're not talking about timeshares or something, or the latest MLM. If you come in and go, hey, I'm having trouble with this chord progression, and I know there's a whole bunch of guitar people here. Why shouldn't you have a friendly place where you can feel safe to answer that? And the thing is if you put a question in our 27,000 person group, likely you'll get an answer faster than searching it on Google. And that's just the beauty of the community. When you think about community, yeah, exactly, Paul. I don't know. So Paul says, true dat. I don't know why they have that attitude. I don't either. Yeah. But when you think about being able to, okay, for instance, line six has dubbed our group the official. So not only are we the original, but we're the official group. And what is nice is somebody can go, hey, I'm having trouble with this. This is what my Helix is doing. Or frankly, this is what this is doing. And it's funny I use the word frankly, because Frank Rishat of line 6 will come in and answer it. He'll have you put a ticket in. I've seen them put in that somebody needs something somewhere, like something happened with their unit and they need it for a show. They'll put a call out to somebody, and somebody in that locale will bring and let the person use their Helix because of the community. So, having a place where community spirit is high, friendships are gained. I went to NAMM and went to the customer appreciation night, and there's so many people that I wanted to talk to that I didn't have enough time to talk to. And it's that family feeling. That's why the word we named Line 6 Helix family. It was a twofold reason. One, it's like a family. Two, it's the family of Line 6 Helix products. So let's see. Love the Helix group. It's an amazing resource. This is from DJ. Everyone's great there, and Frank is a great guy. Yeah, absolutely. So we can see that community is vital, and it's different. If you look across the globe, there is hands down a lack of community, and so and there's elitists, there's divisions, and we don't, we're all human. We're all musicians in this, Why not share something that's supposed to be positive? But, hey, my friend. Okay, so my friend Brock Palmer is in the group. Brock is a dear friend of mine, close friend of mine. And he's the one, and I don't have, let's see if I can find a picture. He's the one that made, yes, Brock, you can be my rhythm section. So he's the one who made my my guitar. Let me find it. There it is. He's the one who made my guitar.
Oh, that's nice.
Handmade.
Beautiful.
And Yeah, here's another picture of the body. It's got this beautiful um, beautiful maple pattern.
What
It's
kind
got
of
a
what kind of pickups are those?
yeah, the pickups that in my guitar are the the not the JB. They're the Seymour Duncan APH2 slash pickups, and see if I can zoom in. Here's the truss rod cover. I don't know if it'll come out. Here's the no, it's probably there. It is. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a slash logo on it. Okay, and then
Oh, that's nice.
here is Brock's name in it.
Wonderful.
That's my friend Brock. So you know, it's just a truly amazing guitar, and so yeah, that's my friend. Um, so, and here's a picture of it on my car.
That's a good shot right there. I really like
Yeah,
that flame maple cap.
yeah, it's pretty wild. So the if you'll notice the stop tailpiece is unique. Um, let's see, zoom in. The stop tailpiece is a very unique one.
Oh, look at that.
It's a Jason Schroeder, um, and you know it's a unique piece. I love it. My hand fits right on it very very well, and I do the top wrap. Um, I do the top wrap on it because I think it makes the strings feel a little easier, and it reduces the break angle as you deck the stop tailpiece. The break angle of the string likes to rub across, causes breakage. So I bring it over the top and top wrap. And if
You
I
know,
guess if it's good enough for Billy Gibbons, it's good enough for me.
I really like that guitar. Brock, welcome to Artist Talk. My name is Will, aka the Dreamer, and I'm so happy that you're here right now. And after looking at that picture on Mr. Boston's phone, that's a beautiful guitar, and you have quite a talent to build a quality instrument. And I think it's a very beautiful guitar. I really like it, and I would love to see what other guitars you would have that you have made, and I would love to have you on the show if you would like to. I love guitars. I and I'm very happy you're here. That's the one right there.
And the helix in the background. So,
That's great.
but
Very beautiful
so
guitar, Brock.
yeah, so you can see we're getting quite a bit of community support here
Wonderful.
in the page. But anywho, anything you want to ask?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. The support, you know, the thing about, I understand when you hear an amp, you're like, and it has that mojo. It's like you see that, you hear that, you feel it. You're like, I know for myself, when the first time that I heard Friedman amps, I was like, I was blown away. I was absolutely captured my heart, captured my soul, and that I don't have any. I use everything more or less, except I don't have any line six gear. ah, but I
But
do
that's
have.
okay. The UX2 Line 6 interface. Yeah.
I do have this. This is when I was using the online, my pod online. And I broke this out because I think my audio interface is going out.
Yeah.
I think because right now I have a Presonus Audio Box i2. Um, and I was very glad to find that audio interface right there. You know, some people might go, well, that's old, that's outdated, this, that. It's all I have.
It works good.
It's all I have. And thank you, Brock. It's nice to meet you too. You are a very, very, very talented luthier. You have a very strong creative vision, and I'm very thankful to Mr. Boston for showing me and for sharing his picture of your guitar.
Now, one of my other guitars that I have, it's an Ed O'Brien Strat. It's a Mexican Strat, and also I work with Noatronics, Noatronic MIDI controller, and that. Oh yeah, here's my Beat Buddy setup. Let's see. Here's my Beat Buddy setup with the Stomp, but with the Noatronic, it's a MIDI switcher. It needed to be a double stereo, like a stereo jack, and I went ahead and edited kind of modified my Ed O'Brien Strat, because the Ed O'Brien Strat has a Fernandez sustainer in it, and I really, 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 I gotta find it. I really like the Strat because of the sustainer, but I also wanted to add the Noatronic to it to be able to have the ability to control some MIDI right from the guitar. But I also wanted to make it more personalized and different. So here's what it looked like when I got it. If I can find the picture, there we go. Here's what my Ed O'Brien Strat looked like when I got it. I don't know if I can get a good glimpse of it there.
That's okay.
Yeah, and it's a great unit. Has the pots on it, but then I went ahead and I decided that I wanted to make it more personalized.
Yes.
So here it is. Here it is now.
Oh, look at that. You changed the pick guard?
Yeah, and also we skinned it. It's got chameleon skin on it. And then you'll also notice there's a few added features. One, there is a momentary kill switch.
Oh, you
put
a kill switch in.
Yeah, and then that right there, that's the Noatronic controller. So you can press in on it, and you turn it. Michael Engel, the guy at Noatronic, a friend of mine, we have them on our website as well on Gear by Seba. But that controls the that third button controls. You can click on and off your effects, and you can dial it up, or you can even control presets from it if you set it that way. So it's a pretty unique way to have some natural feeling expression to, because if you're already reaching down. The only thing I don't like about Strats is right where the volume is. I always seem to roll it off inadvertently. But I just had this one. I just had this one set up by a friend of mine named Nathan, and here locally in Portland area. That he came over and he set it up, and it is playing better than ever. Really, really, really nice setup. Um, and then my Brock is apparently, after 4 or 5 years or however long it is, apparently I've wore some of the frets a little flat. Apparently I'm a heavy-handed guy. He looked at my fretboard. He's like, "Oh my!" So he's doing all the frets. My friend Brock, he lives in Bend, so he's a little bit further away. Otherwise, I'd have had him do it. But um, it's having a guitar professionally set up. I know how to do all of that, but it seems like to me sometimes, even if you know how to do something, having a professional look at it and work with it, that can mean the difference. Mean a big difference. So, it's supporting your local friends and doing that. It's really important. So,
Yes.
community, and just trying. Here's how I do it: is I want every interaction that somebody has with me for that person to feel better about themselves
Exactly.
before they leave. Let's make sure that they treat people as if they're superior to you, and help out as best you can. My friend Aaron Short Music. Missed you, man. Totally enjoyed hanging out with you at NAMM. So that's another friend, Aaron Short Music. Really talented, one man show kind of musician. Just he plays I think at Tommy Bahamas in New York, and he has his own YouTube channels. Check out Aaron Short Music.
Definitely.
But
hi, Aaron. My name is Will, aka the Dreamer. Welcome to Artist Talk. Welcome to my chat. Thank you for being here, Aaron, and I'm very happy to meet you.
So here's the thing: is I probably need to. I probably need to get motivating and busy working. So, what software is he using?
So tell me, Mr. Boston, I did have. Oh, Aaron asked, "Hey, what software are you all using for this stream? It looks great." Well, Aaron, I'm using StreamYard, and I'm on the paid plan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you to say. I appreciate your positive feedback. It's very encouraging. Thank you very much. This is a very hard thing, and I appreciate your kind words. Thank you very much for being here today, sir. Well, that'd be StreamYard. I wanted to ask you, if I may.
Yeah.
What is your favorite piece of gear and why?
Well, it's hard to quantify it, but I would say the Line 6 Helix. And why? Because it's just what I use on a regular basis. It's easy for me to use. It's easy to program. But really, it's hard to quantify because without another piece or without that other piece, you got headphones and you got speakers and amps, and I like whatever I can use to get the job done. Well, you know what? I'd have to say on equal par is my Brock guitar. So I mean, it's not leaving me. So yeah, that's probably my favorite. So
Preamps. So speaking of preamps, I find that very interesting. Say, Mr. Boston, what would you say is the one of the best sounding um, amp sounds or amp sims that are on the Pod Go?
well, they're the same as what's on the Helix, and so it just depends on what I'm going for. I'm usually a Fender. I'm usually a Fendery kind of person, but I like the Rev model. It's great. um, sorry, the Rev model is great for different sounds, but then the Archon on there, it's based on the archetype. The archetype is based on the PRS Archon, the clean and dirty sounds on that's really good. It's really up to um, it's really up to personal taste. Then some people add IRs, some people want IRs, some people want speaker cabs, and I don't know. I just use what's in the Helix and dial in a sound that I like.
Well, the Paul says off to the Alphas. Enjoy listening. Have a great day, all. Well, thank you for being here, Paul. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I hope you're enjoying the show. I love what Mission Engineering has to offer. If you're still on, have a great day, Paul, and thank you very much for being here today. Well, my experience with Line 6 would be the farthest I got was the POD Pod 500, and that is an amazing unit. That was an amazing all-in-one, and
the Helix is by far better, and the Pod Go will basically be as good as the Helix, in not as configurable, but certainly tonally it will be the same. So
well, I would love to hear the Pod Go.
There's videos. There's a live stream on my channel that has the Pod Go, and it was Paul Hindmarsh did the demo at NAMM, and honestly, it sounded fantastic. It's the same as the Helix. If you listen to a Helix demo, you're gonna hear, "Hey Terry, how's it going?" But the Pod Go will be just like the Helix, less, like I say, less configurable. Like, for instance, there are 4 flexible block locations, and then like there in the path, there is always going to be a wah. There's always going to be a volume control, but see, you can change what wah you're using, so it's still flexible, but it's locked. All presets will have a wah. All presets are going to have a volume pedal, and there's some other details. But again, you will be able to configure and get, especially even in a live setting, you'll be able to get just about exactly what you're going for, and it'll be all dialed, all easily accessible with the foot switches.
Well, for all-in-ones, hi, Terry. How are you, Terry? Thank you so much for being here today. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Will Starr, aka The Dreamer. Welcome to Artist Talk. Welcome to Dreamland Studios. Thank you for being here today, Terry.
I'll have to check out your video, Terry, once it's uploaded. Yeah, but have any more questions? I probably should get going here.
Well, yeah, what I wanted to ask you was, as far as modelers, this is all I have right now.
Yeah.
The Boss GT1. This is, I really love this unit right here. Is this about the same size as the Pod Go?
Yeah, it's about the same size. Maybe the Pod Go is just a little bit bigger. And then there is 8 foot switches on it.
Well,
so
I personally, I love line 6. I've had, as we were talking about earlier before we began, I had the line 6 Spider. That was phenomenal. And I had the matching 412 cab, and that was my gigging rig for quite a while, actually. And never had a problem with it. I love the tones, absolutely adore the tones. Then I went from that to, as I was saying, the Line 6X2 Live. Then I went from that using the original Line 6 Pod. Then I went from that to the Line 6 500 HD. And I haven't had any Line 6 gears since then. It seems like what I have now, what's amazing, even with the devices that I have now, I miss having Line 6.
Well, they're a great company to be associated with. They really do care about their customers, and they are providing top-notch products, and they stand behind them. So, the Helix is 4 years old, but it's still not even topped out, and they still make firmware. They're working on firmware. At NAMM they released the information about their 2.9 firmware. We're on 2.82 right now, but the 2.9 firmware, and also some of the things they'll be doing in the 3.0. So there are some excuse me. There are some really fantastic things that Line 6 is doing, and have planned for the for the future. I don't know specifically everything they've got planned for the future, and I can't speak on certain things anyway, but let's just say the Helix is their flagship and will continue for quite a while because of all the things they've got planned with the firmware updates that'll be coming out. So it's a real privilege to sit with you today, but I will have to get to work. So,
well, I understand. If you will hold on, I'm just gonna say goodbye to everybody, and I just had like a couple other little questions for you after I end.
Okay.
I will be right with you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in today. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Will, aka The Dreamer. And if you like my content, I really need the support to grow my channel right now. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. All the links in the description box below. Please consider following, liking, and sharing because I am truly trying to make a positive change in people's lives and to inspire and to help. I love music. I'm a guitarist. I'm a content producer. I'm a musician. I love music. I'm a music fan. Music is my life. Please consider subscribing. My support link is down in the description box below. And on that note, I have some very special announcements coming up for Artist Talk next week. I have some very, very special shows planned, and I can't wait. So I'd like to thank Mr. Chad Boston. I would like to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you so very much for all of your loyalty and for all of your love that you're giving my show, Artist Talk, and myself. You're all the best. Hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Some great shows coming up next week and the week after that. Thank you so very much, people. This is Will, the Dreamer, and it is really my pleasure. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. See you next week. Stay inspired.